Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So today we're taking a look at all of the leather cases with the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So what we'll do is we'll start from the left hand side, just pull these into frame, and we'll go and work our way to the right. Now, one thing that I kind of mentioned in the unboxing video for the actual cases was the fact that it's so difficult to actually get the case to open on this year's boxes, and it kind of dawned on me when I was actually watching the video back that the reason for that is in previous years this tab was made out of plastic. Now obviously Apple, as well as everybody else, are trying to do their bit in terms of cutting down on use of plastic, but this is one of those instances when they've changed this to cardboard, and as a result when you pull on it, it basically just tears off. So as you'll see from that, it's not the solution that they should have come up with for this particular design of box. As you can see from the black one, it's completely just torn off. You have to actually kind of damage the boxes, which in this instance, because I wasn't 100% sure whether I'm keeping all of these cases yet or not, it means that Apple end up with returns where the box is actually damaged, whereas generally I try my best to try and keep these things in good condition. But anyway, that sort of little rant aside, what we'll do is we'll start chucking this in some cases and we'll take a look at what it actually looks like. So the brown is the one that we'll start with first. This is much darker, more of a almost like a mahogany type of brown. And one thing that everybody's commented on is the fact that for them it's not been doing the animation. Now I just got the sound, but it didn't actually do the onlay, so the screen graphic. I mean, in previous years just holding it to the back of the phone like that would actually activate it. Right now it doesn't seem to be. So what we'll do is we'll just pop this in, go, yeah, so it's kind of half doing it. So it's giving me the sound, but it's not actually got all the way to it and done the animation anymore. So that is how. And as I've mentioned in my iPhone unboxing video, depending on which type of light you're in, it's going to look slightly differently. So at the moment, under sort of artificial light, it almost looks grey. The camera lens as well as and surround, as well as obviously the phone itself. Whereas when you hold it in sunlight, which is coming in from this side, it looks very, very different. To me, yeah, that color definitely pops. There's a very strong contrast against the brown. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the brown just yet. The shade is definitely it's a lot different to what we had last year, and ironically this is actually more towards what I wanted when they actually brought out last year's cases. A slightly darker brown. This one's probably going a bit too far in just how dark it is, but I'm guessing that's from the feedback they received, because a lot of people were quite unhappy with how orange last year's brown leather case actually looked. So yeah, fitment is obviously perfect. Your buttons, nice tactile feel on all of your buttons. Now the one thing that I have noticed is it is still very difficult to get this off, which we didn't actually have that problem last year. So that is the brown model. Next up is the orange. This case is for some reason very, very slippery. I'm not sure whether it's just the fact that over time the leather actually absorbs oils and it actually becomes a little bit grippier, but at the moment this case is actually very, very slippery. So that is the look of the orange case with the deep purple iPhone 14 Pro Max, and this is what it looks like under artificial lighting. So on this side you have natural lighting, and that is the artificial lighting that I've actually got running. Next up is the black. This is probably a bit more professional looking. If you do want something that's a little bit more subdued, then this is a good option. I did like the way that the black looked on all of the previous phones as well. It's just very subtle, and it does actually work quite well in emphasizing the color. In this instance, because the purple on the actual camera surround is quite dark, I don't think you're quite getting the same effect. But yeah, it looks good. I'm not 100% sold on that just yet. I don't think it has that same impact against what we had last year with the very light blue compared to the black. Next up is the blue, which looks very similar to the black. Yeah, it's definitely a sort of very rich, as the name suggests, inky blue. You can see just there, and under different lighting. and finally the green. So this is the one that I was actually very interested in terms of the contrast, and yeah, I am actually liking the way that that looks. The contrast with the purple is very good on there, so this may well be the one that I end up actually sticking with. So that is all of the leather cases for the iPhone 14 shown on the deep purple iPhone 14 Pro Max. I will have more iPhone videos coming, so if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss out on any up and coming videos. And I really appreciate if you also give this video a thumbs up, and until the next one, thanks very much for watching.